Do you want to improve at a quicker pace? Check out GITGUDracing.com. I've coached hundreds of drivers, from real-life racers to sim enthusiasts, who experience rapid improvement after just one session. And while investing in top-notch hardware is great, imagine how much more you can elevate your experience by adding coaching to the mix. My methods are practical, aiming to break down complex concepts into easily digestible bits that are simple to understand. You can find reviews of the sessions I've conducted on the Fiverr link provided in the video description. Let's elevate your racing skills together. Now for the track guide. For turn 1, as a reference for braking and turning is this exit road on the left. I want to first turn the car and point the car towards the corner to carry the speed in, to carry the downforce, and then to apply the brakes. So don't brake in a straight line, then turn and then brake. So turning, and then when I'm just getting a bit closer to the curb, I'm applying the brakes. And I plan to hit this curb early enough and then to have a long trail braking zone in which we're just managing the rotation and at the same time keeping the speed of the car rolling. Because you don't want to brake very hard initially and kill the momentum, so that in the middle part of the corner you will feel the need to put the throttle on, because that's probably gonna give you an early apex in the next corner and you were understeer. Instead, you want to keep the car at the edge of almost spinning with the speed going in. So the goal here is to brake as less as you can so that you will carry the speed going forward. So not braking high, you see, peaking like 27, right now 26. Hitting this curb, very important to use this curb to open up the next one, and still trailing, 6% for 3, and just here I'm putting the throttle on and I'm putting the power on in third gear, and I will take a late apex into this corner and I will have a good exit. So even though I'm now 1 3/10 down on my previous time, because I trail brake a lot, this is gonna give me a good exit to get that time back. And looking at the shape here of the brakes, you see it's like a triangle, but it doesn't have a big peak to it. Initially it has a peak, but then it's very stable and it's quite smooth. This is something you should aim for. Now putting the power down and apexing around here, which is a late apex. You see the curb, this curb is very long. You're gonna touch it almost on the end when you see the green part here. Because right now I can go to 100% throttle and keep it, and I'm gaining time. So gained half a tenth right here. For the next corner, you will turn very early because you want to get this curb and cut it like this. And it's a lift and then back on throttle, but as you see here is not even a full lift. Now keeping 100% throttle, and this section, the S's, is all about hitting those 100% throttle. Like maintaining the throttle in the S's sector is not gonna be efficient, it's not gonna be the faster way around the track. So instead of hitting like 60, 70, 80% throttle earlier and then maintaining it, it's gonna be quicker to go a bit later on throttle, but hitting those 100% marks. And let me show you so you get the idea. So 100% hit here, then brake, then 100% again, then brake, then 100% yet again, then brake, then again 100% and turn. So this is the idea in terms of the throttle input. This is the main part of how you can gain on the S's, because the common mistake is instead of having this 100% hits, to have something like 60%, 70, 90% hits, but never 100, and that's not gonna be efficient. Now going back so we can take them corner by corner, in this one you just want to add a bit of trail brake at the curb, and again the car, you can push the car a bit more to the left side, it's gonna be fine, because you will be able to take this corner. So you don't need to over prepare this corner, just keep the speed going in. Now for this one, cut it from the beginning like this, trail braking, and then hit that 100% as soon as you can. Same here, stay close to this curb when you trail brake, and on the exit, putting the power down 100%, bringing the car to the right side, then turning and taking a late apex around here. I had a small lift, you can do it even without the lift, so you can see that I'm losing time here, just because of this lift. So the mistake here was I'm sorry. The mistake here was an early apex. You want to apex a bit later. And it started from here. I was a bit earlier on throttle and I didn't bring the car all the way to the right side. And as a result, because I'm turning a bit earlier, I'm taking an early apex, which is giving me some increase in time, but then I will lose it just because I go wider. So keep that in mind. For the next corner, the 50-meter board is a reference for braking. I'm braking at the 50, downshifting to 4, hitting that curb, and it's important here, immediately after you hit that curb, to be back on throttle, because the car will be unstable from the rears and you need to put some weight on the rear tires. And this is how you balance the car. Like right now you see in 2 frames I'm already 100%. So hitting this 100% very quickly, using this part of the curb, don't use more than that. And for the next one you have to brake a bit more than the first one. And you want to use this green part of the curb to hook the car in. See, the trail braking is a lot longer. Don't use that part of the curb. Now this hairpin is very difficult with this car and the setup. You have to brake early here. If you're gonna brake late, your car will lock up and you will miss the corner. So what I'm using as a reference for braking is this end of the curb. Like right here, when the curb ends, I already start braking and I'm very close to this white line to open up. Don't brake very hard, like I'm picking here 67, which is enough, and then dropping the brakes. Don't brake too much into this corner, brake early, softer, and trail brake for longer. This is gonna give you this good exit so that you can gain on this part of the track. So slow in, fast out for the hairpin. Now moving into the corner, which is probably the most difficult corner of the track. This exit road here is a reference for braking. I'm braking slightly before it, like right now I'm already on the brakes. And I want to hit this curb here. This is the first checkpoint. I want to keep trailing and then immediately go to 100% throttle. Immediately when I'm available to do it, when I feel the car is in check, my goal will be to hit 100% throttle. It's very important. Not 60, not 70, not 90, 100%, like right now. We hit 100% to put the car on this trajectory to hit this curb, and the moment that we are at the curb, we're applying a little bit of trail brake and then we go on power on the exit. So you see these shapes here. So we have 4 stages: the initial brake, going on throttle, the small trail brake to make the car rotate, and again going on power. This is the key of getting better and better in this corner, to have these inputs blend together, to have the brake, the throttle without a gap, and using as less brake as you can, and also getting that 100% throttle to push the car on the curb. That's gonna be nice as well. For the last corner, the 100-meter board is a reference. However, I'm very lazy with the downshift, so I tend to not stop the car efficiently in this corner, and I will struggle a bit to take the curb because 5, 4, 3, 2, and I go to first as well. You need to downshift quicker in this segment. You really want to almost spam the downshifts so that you will add the engine braking as soon as it's available, because this car has a downshift protection. You don't need to worry about. You just need to downshift as quickly as you can, because ideally you won't go to first gear. You can take it with second, cut a bit more curb, and then here you just putting the power in between the corners, then dropping it to make the front tires point, cutting this curb as well, cutting this one as well. And in short, that's a track guide for Suzuka with the LMP3. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.